Right now, while you are listening to this, your mind is probably somewhere else. Not here. Not in this moment. It is already somewhere in the future. Maybe it is 3 hours from now, running through a conversation you have not had yet. Maybe it is next week, rehearsing something that might not even happen. Maybe it is next year, worrying about a version of your life that only exists inside your head. And the wild part is, you do not even realize you left. Your body is here. Your mind checked out a long time ago. And it is exhausting. Not the kind of exhaustion that comes from working hard. This is a different kind. The kind that comes from carrying a weight that was never yours to carry today. The weight of tomorrow. The weight of next month. The weight of everything that could go wrong in a future that has not arrived yet. You are fighting battles that do not exist yet. And you are losing sleep, losing focus, losing the very moments of your life over things that live entirely in your imagination. Here is what no one tells you about anxiety about the future. It does not protect you. It does not prepare you. It just steals the present from you. And the present is the only place where your life is actually happening. Today, that changes. Not with theory. With something you can use the moment you finish this. Let me show you what this actually looks like in your day, because it is probably more present than you realize. It looks like lying awake at night, not because anything bad has happened, but because your mind is building worst-case scenarios like it is preparing a presentation. What if this goes wrong? What if that falls apart? What if they say no? What if I cannot handle it? And none of it is real. Not a single bit of it has happened. But your body does not know the difference. Your chest is tight. Your breath is shallow. Your heart is carrying the weight of a future that may never come. It looks like sitting in a meeting, at dinner, in a conversation with someone you care about, and being completely absent. Your eyes are open. You are nodding. But your mind is already somewhere next week, preparing for something, dreading something, calculating something. And the moment right in front of you, which is the only moment that is actually real, slips away unnoticed. It looks like starting your morning already behind. Before you have done a single thing, your brain has already raced ahead and listed everything that could go wrong today, this week, this year. And you are already tired before you have even begun. It looks like that tight feeling in your chest when you think about the future too long. That low hum of unease that just sits there in the background of your days. You cannot always explain it. You just feel it. Like something is always slightly off, slightly uncertain, slightly on the edge of going wrong. And here is the truth underneath all of it. You are not anxious because the future is actually dangerous. You are anxious because your mind has learned to live there instead of here. And a mind that lives in the future is a mind at war with itself, because the future is the one place no human being can ever actually stand. The only ground that exists is right here. Right now. This moment. And almost all of us have forgotten how to stay in it. Marcus Aurelius figured this out almost 2,000 years ago. And what he wrote about it is just as true today as it was then. Marcus Aurelius was emperor of Rome. He was responsible for millions of people, entire armies, wars, famines, plagues, and political threats that could end his reign at any moment. If anyone had a reason to be consumed by worry about the future, it was him. The stakes of his tomorrow were higher than most of us will ever face. And yet, the one thing he returned to more than almost anything else in his private journal was this. The present moment is the only moment you have power over. Everything else is beyond your reach. He wrote it plainly. He said, confine yourself to the present. Not as a piece of advice to share with others. As a daily reminder to himself. Because even he, with all his discipline and wisdom, felt the pull of the mind toward the future. He knew how easy it was to drift. And he knew how costly that drift was. He understood something that most people spend their whole lives missing. The future is not a place. You cannot go there. You cannot fix things there. You cannot live there. The only place life happens is now. And every minute your mind spends in a future that does not exist yet is a minute stolen from the only moment where you actually have any power at all. He also wrote this: "Do not indulge in dreams of what you do not have, but count up the blessings you actually possess and think how much you would long for them if they were not yours." He was not telling you to ignore your goals or pretend challenges do not exist. He was pointing at something much more specific. He was saying that your mind, when left unchecked, will always run toward what is missing, what might go wrong, what has not happened yet. And it will do this at the expense of everything that is already real, already here, already good. The practice he kept coming back to was simple. When the mind runs to the future, bring it back to today. Not to next week. Not even to tomorrow. Just today. What is the one thing in front of me right now? What can I actually do with what I have, right here, in this moment? That was his anchor. And it can be yours. Here is how you actually apply this. Not someday. Starting today. Step 1. When your mind runs to the future, name what is actually real right now. The moment you catch yourself spiraling into what might happen, what could go wrong, what you need to figure out before next month, stop. And ask yourself one simple question. What is actually true right now, in this moment? Not what might be true tomorrow. Not what you are afraid will be true next week. What is actually, genuinely true right now? Are you safe right now? Do you have what you need for today? Is the thing you are worried about actually happening in this moment, or is it only happening in your head? Most of the time, the honest answer is that right now, in this exact moment, things are okay. The danger is not here. The problem has not arrived yet. You are fighting a ghost. And once you name that, once you see clearly that the threat is imaginary and the present is actually manageable, the grip of the anxiety loosens. You are not dismissing the future. You are refusing to let it hijack the only moment where you can actually do anything. Step 2. Bring yourself back to the one task in front of you right now. Marcus Aurelius did not manage Rome by thinking about all of Rome at once. He handled what was in front of him, one thing at a time, one day at a time. And that is the move. When anxiety pulls you into the future, the antidote is ruthless focus on the present task. What is the one thing you need to do right now? Not this week. Right now. Send that message. Finish that task. Have that conversation. Make that decision. Whatever is directly in front of you, give it everything. Put your full attention on it. Not 70% while the other 30 worries about tomorrow. All of it. Here. Now. Because here is what happens when you do that. The future takes care of itself. Not magically. But practically. Because a person who handles today well is always better positioned for tomorrow than a person who spent today worrying about it. Action in the present is the only real preparation for the future. Everything else is just anxiety dressed up as planning. Step 3. Shrink the timeline when it feels overwhelming. When the future feels too heavy, too uncertain, too big, stop trying to figure out next year. Stop trying to solve next month. Bring it all the way in. Just today. What do I need to handle today? Not perfectly. Just today. And if today still feels too big, bring it in even further. What is the next hour? What is the very next thing? One step. One moment. One task. That is all you ever actually have to deal with at any given time. The rest is a story your mind is telling you. And you do not have to keep reading that story just because your mind keeps writing it. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire one day at a time. You can handle your life the same way. Your action target today is this. The next time you feel your mind pulling toward the future, toward worry, toward the endless what-ifs, bring it back with one question. What can I do right now? And then do only that. Nothing else. Just that. I want you to think about what your life actually looks like when this becomes your default. Not a version of you that never thinks about the future. That is not the goal. but a version of you that is no longer held hostage by it. A version of you that can think about what is coming, plan for it, and then come back to the present and actually live. Because right now, for most people, the future is not something they visit occasionally. It is where they live. And it is costing them everything. It is costing them the conversations they are physically present for but mentally absent from. It is costing them the mornings that pass in a fog of dread before anything bad has even happened. It is costing them the small moments, the quiet ones, the ones that do not seem important but are actually the texture of a life well lived. All of it is slipping past while the mind is somewhere in an imaginary tomorrow. The version of you that stays present is calmer. Not because life got easier. Because they stopped carrying two lives at once. They stopped dragging the weight of an unlived future into every single moment of their actual life. That version of you sleeps better. Not because the future is certain. Because they have decided that today is enough to handle today, and tomorrow gets handled when tomorrow comes. They have drawn a line. And inside that line, there is peace. Marcus Aurelius faced uncertainty every single day at a scale that would break most people. And what kept him grounded was not certainty about the future. It was complete commitment to the present. He could not control what came next. But he could control what he did right now. And he did that, fully, every single day. And history remembers him as one of the greatest leaders who ever lived. You are not your anxiety about the future. You are not the worst-case scenario your mind builds at 2 in the morning. You are what you do right now, in this moment, with what you have. And that is enough. It has always been enough. You just forgot, because the future kept pulling you away. The person who started this video was someone who has been living too far ahead of themselves. The person finishing it now knows exactly where to come back to. Right here. Right now. This is the only moment your life is actually in. You cannot fix tomorrow from today. But you can handle today so well that tomorrow has less to fear. Here is your one sentence to carry with you from today. When anxiety pulls you forward, your only job is to come back. Back to now. Back to this task. Back to this moment. Here is your challenge. Today, every single time you catch your mind running into the future, bring it back with one question. What can I do right now? Just that question. Do it even once today and you will feel the difference. Drop in the comments and tell us one thing you have been worrying about that has not even happened yet. Because naming it out loud is the first step to taking its power away. And you are already closer than you think.